It's Gerald coming here right for you here. I know I'm not. Oh, Sam, here he is. There he is. All right.
Are we on?
Yes, we are on live. Yes.
So this is the Lakers Fast Break, the Lakers Nightcap.
Yes. And
I'm your
Pimp
host.
I'm the pimp father, I
I'm the
guess.
host with the most, Joe Soro. Sorry for the delay, folks. Gerald had his labs confused, therefore I was confused. Maybe I should have done some preemptive strikes before the show started. But anyways, we are here on the back of the original post-game show. This is the Lakers Nightcap. For those of you who are tuning in for the first time, we talk Lakers, Lakers, and more Lakers, and sometimes we talk about life and Dodgers and stuff. But tonight we're gonna focus on the Atlanta Hawks and the LA Lakers tonight. The Lakers beat the Atlanta Hawks 136-104. I'm sorry, 105. It was really not a contest. The Lakers pretty much had this in hand from beginning to end. Starting lineup played really, really well. Everyone was plus 20 and more. AD played 31 minutes, scored 22 points, had 15 rebounds. Rui, 17 points, shot really, really well in 26 minutes of play. LeBron James played 29 minutes, scored 25 points, and had 10 assists. D'Angelo Russell had a team record tying feat tonight with his 183rd three-point shot, tying him with Nick Van Exel for most three-pointers in Laker history. He dropped 27 and 10, and then, of course, Austin Reeves played 28 minutes, scored 12 points. We had some decent bench play from Jackson Hayes, from Torian Prince, even Dinwiddie to some extent, even though he only scored 3 points, as well as Max Christie. What this will mean in the end, nothing. Unfortunately, it just means it will be a win. That's, I guess, is meaningful, but that's about it. What this will mean in the future as far as the playoff seeding and what that will do in the end, we're not going to be able to really know that. So intel, I'm going to get to this, guys, because we have to talk about it. So you want me to take 5 shots in 25 minutes? Oh boy! All right. Yeah. All right. I think I have 5 shots left in this. See if we can get it done here. 5 shots in 25 minutes. If my math is correct, we're going to shoot 5 in 5 for 25 minutes. Okay, there we go. First one. Eesh. Might have to go get another drink, folks. So here's, well, technically number 3. Salud. Oh, man. The bottom of this tequila sucks. Oh. 1 down. Keep track, guys. Keep track. Every 5 minutes, just give me a reminder. Okay, so, no, man, I'm not an amateur. This is my 4th shot, all right? This is supposed to be a school night. Just kidding. Tequila doesn't go down as smooth as it should, folks. At least it's not Cuervo, I guess. 1 down, 5 to go. So normalize saying no. Is it worse to watch the game show network or Laker Nation? What's a great question, Darren. I don't really watch Lakers Nation. I don't really get anything out of it. I don't have time either. Joe, you read some smoother search his timing. You need smoother tequila. Come on, man. If you start drinking stuff that tastes good, it's going to get dangerous. So it's actually good that this is bad. So I would say one of the things I want to talk about in terms of the Lakers is they're going to need to figure out here within the next 3 weeks, what do they really want to hang their hat on? Are they going to just stick to the fact that they are an offensive team and the defense is just going to be what it is? Is that where we're going? Because I don't know. I don't know how. Wow, it's been 5 minutes already. Anyways, I don't know. I don't know if there's a switch that they can make. I'm going to say no because I think they would have turned the switch on by now. But does it change in the playoffs? Are they going to play better against Golden State should they meet them in the first play-in game? Are they going to dominate Dallas, Phoenix, Sacramento, whatever? I'm just not seeing it. Can it happen? Sure, it can happen. But I'm not going to hold my breath. But in the meantime, there I am. All right, I got to take another shot. I don't know what Gerald's Mickey Mouse operation this is, but next time I got to be prepared better. So here we go, Bip. Here we go. There we go. Okay, let's see if I can show this here. There we go. Can you guys see it? There we go. There we go. Okay. See, you guys can see it, right? Good. Here's the number 2. Jay, I got nothing against Trevor Lane, but he's plainer than a Ritz cracker. Not my thing. I'm sure people like that kind of stuff, but I don't. You're right, Darren. It is smoother, but that stuff. This was a gift, so I'm trying to do my best to, be about it. Anyways, before I was cut off by Gerald's, whatever the hell this operation is run by, the Lakers have to figure out what they can run with here the rest of the way. And it looks like they're going to have to outscore everyone. Is that always work? I don't know. I don't really know if that's possible. Because the half-court offense is going to be rigorous in the playoffs. It always does. The NBA playoffs, even if in this fast-paced, offensive-minded league, the half-court still works. The half-court still dominates. And I don't know if the Lakers can continue to play iso ball the way they have and have it be effective in the playoffs, especially when they play against the elite teams. They can probably get away with it with the lesser teams, but not the elite teams. I used to watch Laker Nation until I found Lakers in 5, then Empire Jeff, then LFB. Really? Yeah, it's a new wave of Laker people. I don't know how many Laker shows are there. Gerald, do you know? It's got to be like 100 of them, right? I do have it together. Search Joe has been drinking too much. No, I haven't been drinking too much. I'm fine. I just made you $75 and you're complaining? So where else we got here? Lakers of 5 is hilarious. Yes, he is. And salute to Lakers in 5 if you're out there. He's a good man. Always supports the show. There are too many. There are one too many. Yeah. So how do you get away from the blandness? The blandness of the Laker shows out there. Are they bland? Is it good for everyone? Is there people out there looking for this? Do they just happen to fall into just the algorithm? I don't know. But we've built this show off of complete organic crowds. We have never spent one dime on any marketing on this show, and we're pretty proud of it. Alan Silwa is awesome. Joe, thoughts on LeBron and JJ podcast? It's interesting. I just saw that today. LeBron is thinking about podcasts while he's playing. Just another notch below the line talking about podcasts when he still has a season to go. He might be seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. So maybe LeBron will do us all a favor and retire after this year. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I listen to some shows, guys, but I don't really spend a lot of time listening to all the podcasts. Matter of fact, I get kind of weirded out with all the podcasts. It's like, is everybody going to do a podcast now? Is every single celebrity going to do a podcast? Is that what they're going to do? It's like the OnlyFans of regular, I guess, talk shows. I watch Lakers Nation when nothing else is on. LI5, Empire Jeff TV, LFB. Showed the fam where Daniel Freeman Hospital was last week. What? What the hell's Daniel Freeman? I would love that. Joe LeBron retiring is a dream. Yeah, I don't think he's going to do it, folks. But I'd say if he's play out your last year. Play out your last year. I don't think he's going to turn down 50 million. So yeah, there's a lot of podcasts. I don't know how this kind of plays out in the end, but there's going to be that competitive juice that says, look, can we be the number one Laker podcast out there? That's going to be the question down the road. No, Gerald was not born in the same hospital I was in. I was born at William Beaumont Hospital in Royal Oak, Michigan. Well, I got to take another shot. Has it been 5 minutes yet, guys? I haven't paid attention. You guys pay attention to that. Hold on, I'll fill up my drink. All right, here's the number 3 for you, Intel. Ooh. I think I'm ahead a little bit. Get it over with. Me and Zach Levine were born in the same room. Wow, that's an interesting one. Darvin Soro. Wow. That's an insult. Joe, have you been outside of America for a holiday? Negative. Unless you can call San Francisco in 2000 out of America. Gerald was born in Planet Hollywood in Vegas. He was born in Inglewood, where the Clippers are going to play. That's why he's a Clippers fan. You know, he doesn't want to admit it, but he's a Clippers fan. You hear that, Gerald? You're a Clippers fan. Everyone knows it now. Born in Inglewood. Yeah, sports baby. If the Lakers win the championship, I will come to Australia and do a show with you guys. Now, I can still come to Australia, obviously. I'll have to figure out what my schedule is in the next year or so. I promise you, if I end up coming up or coming down under, I should say, for sure, we will get together. I haven't had a chance to see a lot of those countries, of course, that side of the globe. So I definitely want to see it. Joe is a documented Clippers fan. Yeah, where's your proof, buddy? Where's your proof? The Clippers Fast Break, hosted by Gerald G. Glassford. Lakers Celtics 2024 Finals. Oof, that would be an interesting one. Do the Lakers match up well with that team? I would say it's going to be it would be a team of starters going at each other, because the Celtics don't have a lot of depth. Very similar to the Lakers. The only difference between their team and the Lakers team is they have a better coach, they have a better system, and the guys have been playing together for a while. So we're going to have to wait and see, though. In the East, remember what I told you guys? I told you about the East. I don't trust the East. I don't trust the first seed, second seed, third seeds, no seeds. You guys, the Celtics want to be taken seriously, get to the finals, and probably whoop on Denver if they get there. No, Sunday, my name is Soro, not Soros. And screw the hell out of that guy. That guy's a piece of shit. So no relation. I'm saddened that his name is close to mine. Actually, a true Lakers fan should take being called a personal insult. Yes, Gerald, you should listen to your own advice. Gerald gets really mad if you all call him a Clippers fan. Don't upset him. Yep, exactly. Only chance we win the finals is if everyone get. Okay, let's play this scenario game. I think we played this a little bit a while ago, but let's talk about it. So if the Lakers get the 8th seed and we get lucky and we face the Oklahoma City Thunder, now things get interesting. Because the Lakers could beat Oklahoma City in the first round. So let's say they beat them. Let's say Denver is the 2 seed. Play it safe. And the Clippers are the 4th seed. Minnesota is the 3rd seed. So let's say the Lakers play the Oklahoma City Thunder and they beat them. Now they're going to play the winner of the 4 and 5 team. And then let's say the Clippers win their first round matchup against whoever. And now we are looking at a Clipper Lakers second round. Second round, Clipper Laker. Now the Lakers have home court in the second round. They don't leave LA. They beat the Clippers. And then the Denver Nuggets beat Minnesota. Because I think Cat might be there for the second round, but I don't know if he's going to be there for the first. Denver beats Minnesota, and then it's Denver Lakers Western Conference Finals. What happens then? Anybody have any guesses? Here's to number quattro. You can't see me. Whew. Okay, where am I? Where was I? Okay. The Lakers, I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to stay focused here. I'm on my 6th shot in what, an hour? Lakers, Denver, Redux. Would this be different? No, there's one more left, Xbox. One more left. I've been ahead. I was ahead of the 25 minutes. How does this play out? If the Lakers beat Oklahoma City, let's say in the first round, they beat the Clippers in the second round, and then they face Denver in the Western Conference Finals. Are they out of gas at this point again? Do they have enough depth? No, that for sure, no depth. Can they guard Jamal Murray at the end of games? Can they stop Porter Jr.? What could they do different? By the way, this would mean that Darvin Ham coached well too. Is that possible? I don't think so, guys. I just don't see it. It's a fantasy. We're living in fantasy. I'm in fantasy land right now. I'm talking in fantasy. I'm talking in the fact that I got a nice buzz going right now and I'm feeling all happy. You know, some people, they're mean drunks. I'm the opposite. Okay, I'm like my pops, God rest his soul. Anytime I saw my pops twice drunk. He was the funniest man I ever met in my life. Imagine that. I've watched Robin Williams, Jim Carrey, Will Ferrell, Vince Vaughn, all these guys. No one was funnier than my dad those 2 times he was drunk. Me, I'm the same way. I get a little tipsy and all of a sudden I'm Joe Happy. You know, I'm not trying to put anybody down. I get along with everybody. I want to hold hands and dance in the rain and, you know, all that stuff. Wear rain boots. Come on, let's do it. What do you guys think? You think this is even you think this is even possible, by the way, this run that I'm talking about? I don't even believe what I'm saying. Is it possible? Oh, man, that's messed up, Serge. You'd have to get one of those size 40 helmets, too. His head is huge. You can't rely on Gab and Vando. Dude, Van and Gamba are gone, guys. They're not coming back. And even if they do, they're going to be on one leg. I'm terrified of them Jokic bombs. Them Jokic bombs. What's the Jokic bomb? You mean the out of balance 3-point shots from out of his rear end? He always hits one of those in each game they play. At Lakers fast break, I hate the Celtics, then the toenail Clippers because they came into our hometown and put up their selfie banners. Does it really matter? It's going to be done here, guys, in about a month. They're done. They're going to take their selfies home. And 17 banners. Now it's 17 banners. How many jerseys retired? All Hall of Famers. It is what it is, man. It's okay. Ham said they're coming back in February. I don't really listen to what Darvin Ham says. He's full of crap. The Kobe year must win it for Kobe again. I know that's the easiest thing to say, guys, but that's not why they won. They didn't win the championship because they were playing for Kobe. No, they were a really good team that year. They were winning every game they were supposed to win at the beginning of the year, and they were losing close games to the really good teams until about February. February, they started beating the Milwaukees and the Clippers and those really good teams that year. So I don't think that has anything to do with Kobe Bryant. I think that was just a coincidence. LeBron would be the GOAT if he wins the chip this year. You know, honestly, Jay, there's some truth to that. There is some truth to that because if they were to win it, it would be a LeBron run. It would be a LeBron run where he's just dropping 3-point shots all game and getting to the basket. And there's an argument there for the first time, for me anyways, where you can say, look, I'm sorry, folks, but LeBron did something as unnatural as it ever could have gotten, even more so than the 3-1 comeback against the 73-win Warriors. If the Lakers win a championship as an 8th seed and beat the Celtics on top of it, oh my God, this whole planet would flip. In the sports world anyways. Caruso, Howard, McGee are missing. I think you guys forget about Kentavious Caldwell Pope, and Kyle Kuzma. Those three guys were invaluable. McGee was good. Howard was good. But Caruso, KCP, and Kuzma were huge, especially in the Frank Vogel defensive philosophy. Those guys with AD were the perfect team, and it just sucks that they cut that too early. Warriors choked tonight. Is that what happened tonight? I just thought they just lost. I didn't really watch the game tonight. Sorry, folks. I've been pretty much. I got up in the morning, did work, and then I went and played golf, and then I went and worked out right afterwards. So I haven't had a chance to really look at a lot of stuff here. So they choked. Where are we here? Against the New York Knicks. So where were they? They were, yeah. I guess you could say they choked. Curry 27. Draymond Green with his triple singles. That's good. That's standard. Rajon was nice too. Xbox, you're right. He was huge. Especially in those finals games. He was huge. Overreaction to trade those guys for Westbrook. Yeah, it was. I remember that year, guys. The reason why they did that was for two reasons. Number one, the offense was so stagnant that year that the Lakers thought an infusion of offense would help get the team over. Plus, Harden going to Brooklyn. I think if Harden doesn't go to Brooklyn, I don't think they go after Westbrook. That Harden trade to Brooklyn screwed the Lakers up really, really bad. Lakers acted like we had a beautiful summer of signing. Fooled again. Sorry. I meant they choked in those finals against LeBron. Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure. That was a very weird series. I don't know how they lost. Lakers were 21-3 in the bubble season before they shut it all down because of the C-19 bug. Why can't I click on this? This is stupid. Gerald, where the hell are you, man? How come I can't click on Intel's thing? Lakers literally made that trade because they were scared of Brooklyn. Yeah, Jay, that's exactly why they did it. And that's why players shouldn't discuss about trades and stuff. I mean, they can talk about stuff, but I think them making a call on it is no bueno. Is Wemby a top 20 player? I think he is. Last shot, folks. I think Wemby's better than I thought he was, and that's pretty nuts. That's pretty nuts. Sorry, guys, I got to pour this slowly because I don't want to spill it. It's running out. I'm almost done with this one. All right, fifth and final shot. Here's maybe LeBron's fifth title. Oh. For those of you listening to the Apple podcast, I'm just letting my body simmer down. Today was supposed to be a good eating day. So much for that. No, they're not. But let's in this drunken stupor, let's try and talk positive. Positive. Let's talk about fantasy scenarios. Let's do that. What would have to happen for the Lakers to get a 7th seed? How about that? They'd have to go 5-1 on that road trip. I think they would have to go 5-1. And looking at the schedule, let's talk about that. Let's see if that's possible. So let's just say, for discussion purposes, the Lakers finish off the next 2 games at home with wins. Right? Anyone agree? Disagree with that? Anyone? So with that, you're looking at a team that has, what is it? 37 and 32. Let's see here. Where are we here? So they would be 39 and 32 going into the 6-game road trip. So they got Milwaukee, Memphis, Indiana, Brooklyn, Toronto, Washington. Let's say they lose to Milwaukee, but they beat Memphis, Indiana, Brooklyn, Toronto, and Washington. That makes sense? Is that true, Xbox? Has he lost 28 pounds? Any chance LeBron requests a trade? No, I don't think so, Jay. Unless Jeannie says we're not going to extend you. But LeBron has never asked for a trade. I don't believe he'll start asking now. I think he'll play out his contract. But I also don't think that Jeannie's not going to give him an extension. No, you don't think they're going to beat the Pacers twice the next week? So 4-2? Could they go 4-2? That's what Espen is saying. Who's Espen? You in ESPN? Once, maybe. I don't know. But let's talk about that for a second. Let's say they get the 7th seed. How does this change now? Because they got to win 1 game now. Can they win 1 game against Dallas, whatever? Sacramento? I don't know. But if they do that, then you're still playing that Russian roulette with whether it's going to be Denver or Oklahoma City. See, that's the issue, guys. I don't believe the Lakers can beat the Denver Nuggets in the first round. But if they met them in the Western Conference Finals, there's a chance because something could happen. Like Jamal Murray might get hurt, Michael Porter Jr. hits a skid, like things like that. I know it's not likely going to happen, but there's been history with Jamal Murray and injuries. There could be something there. So that's it. That's all I got on that one. I think I'm going to stick to paying attention to the realistic stuff right now instead of thinking about something that we're going to have to wait and see until May. I don't know if we're going to make it out until May. But talking about the game tonight, I'm going to go back to the game tonight. I don't know how to put any value in this game, folks. I actually saw for the first time this year, and I'm not exaggerating. This was the first time this year where I saw a team play worse defense than the Lakers. And the question there is, what's Quinn Snyder doing? Is this team really that bad? Are they not listening? Are they really bad defenders? These are young guys. They didn't have any effort at all on defense, and it was pretty sad. It was sad. I don't even know. Memphis and Washington, easy games. Yeah, easy games, but sometimes that'll bite them in the butt if they're not careful. They have to win those games, but then again, they have to win every game. Every game is a playoff game right now. I don't think it's anything that's not known. After they get back from the 6-game road trip, then they got Cleveland, Minnesota, Golden State, and then Memphis and New Orleans. Really, the 5 of the last 6 games are going to be against very formidable teams. So they still got to get through that. Can they win all the home games and win one on the road when they finish the season in Memphis and in New Orleans? Sure. So if they could finish, let's say they finish the next 2 games at home with wins. Let's say they go 4-2 on that road trip, and then let's say 4-1 in the last 4 games. What is that? 4, 8, 10. So that would mean the Lakers are sitting at 47 wins. Looking at the standings, what would that get us? Is it likely they stay at 9? Do they go up to 8? Do they sneak into 7? That's the question. But I don't know, guys. I don't know. I think the realistic position right now is going to be number 9. I really think so. They play Golden State at home. Then they're going to have to play either Phoenix or Dallas in that second game they have to win to get the 8th seed. Realistically, they would stay. At least he is white, but what? Who's white? They named the new James Bond. Oh, did they? Hold on. I didn't know this. They named the new James Bond, LOL, some hack no one heard of. Are you serious? Who? I got to look at this now. Hold on. The new James Bond. Google. James Bond. I don't see anything. You sure about that? Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Let me look. Oh! Licensed to kick ass. British hunk formerly offered role of James Bond and will sign contract this week to take over Daniel Craig. Oh, the guy that plays Craven, right? Aaron Taylor Johnson. Is it that guy that plays Craven? Yeah, that's who it is. Yeah. So they went from Idris Alba, Henry Cavill, to this guy. Interesting. British hunk. British hunk. As far as Eon is concerned, Aaron is going to sign his contract in the coming days, and they can start preparing for the big announcement. The next Bond movie had been delayed because of last year's Hollywood strike. Well, any Bond people here? He is British. Surprised James Bond is not a woman. No, they wouldn't do that, Jay. That one was the book has him as a man. I was pulling for Idris Alba. I think Idris Alba would have been a really good Bond, but I think he was too old. Or Henry Cavill, but I think the thing with Henry Cavill, there's something going on with him. They're not letting him be Superman anymore. They're not letting him be James Bond. He was supposed to be Edward in the Twilight movies, but for some reason they didn't pick him. Uh, maybe he didn't kiss the right butts. Craven. Yeah, Craven the Hunter was one of those B-C guys in Marvel. That's pretty good. I don't know how they're going to play him out, but we're going to have to wait and see how that plays out. I saw a preview of it not too long ago. Damn, we thought Elba was getting it. I think he was 10 years younger. He might have gotten it. I really do. He would have. He was perfect. I still think Idris Elba has been underused in his career. When I keep seeing him do those, whatever the hell the commercials are, the travel agent commercials, I get very sad. I'm like, this is supposed to be a guy that can act out anyone in this industry, yet he's doing travel agent commercials. Somebody needs to get a new agent. If Disney owned the Bond franchise, they would. Oh, no doubt, Darren, no doubt. And the irony in that is they've been just getting destroyed because of that stuff. This last movie, that Madam Web, and then of course they just canceled the third Marvels movie. They just canceled the other Marvels movie, whatever the hell it was, where they had like 15 different freaking superheroes in that, the Eternals, something like that. At some point, you need talent, folks. And talent in this industry is paramount. No pun intended. It is absolutely important. Movie stars you just can't throw a movie star in there. Movie stars need to bring people to the freaking seats. They need to get them to pay. If you're going to play off this whole, we need to make sure everybody gets a chance BS, this is the garbage you're going to get. Of course, Jackie Chan is a legend, of course. Although I don't really understand why they keep doing Karate Kid movies with him when he's Chinese. Karate is Japanese. That's stupid. I heard they canceled Miss Marvel. Yes, they did. They're canceling all those shows because they're trash. Avatar brought in the first-time actors, and they were getting flamed. Avatar is a little different. Avatar is not based on at least not based on decades and decades of work. And also, people are not watching Avatar because of the movie stars. They're watching it because James Cameron is directing it. Madam Web was pathetic. Did you watch it, Sports Baby? I didn't watch it. I like Dakota Johnson. I like her. I think she's good. Not her type of movie, but I like her. They need to tell good stories. Can't have hack writers do stuff. See, even if they had good writers, they don't let those guys write. They try to get that whatever the hell that studio thing that they do the algorithms on, and they try to roll with that. If they had good writers, there's a lot of great writers out there, guys that you probably don't even know about. If they had just let people write and tell a good story, these movies would do a lot better. Did anyone see the remake of Pinocchio with Tom Hanks? I did not see it. Tom Hanks has made me sad the last few years, I got to admit. I'm very sad. I love Tom Hanks, and the fact that he's said some things recently about his roles in the past and how they should be this, and should be that. I'm like, Tom, come on, shut up, Tom, come on. Who can do Tom Hanks? Who can act like Tom Hanks? Okay, you guys are actors. You're supposed to act. What did Jamie Foxx? How did Jamie act? I'm an actor. You know, if you got to turn yourself into a missile, that's what great actors do. See, that's the problem, Sports Baby, is he did not need to go that route unless he's got something to hide. Because that's what all this is about, folks. You notice Chappelle just signed a $2 billion deal with CBS for a talk show. Well, you know, this is a guy that they were trying to destroy because of his comedy. And the reason why they couldn't destroy him It's because his fan base was too solidified and he doesn't have any baggage. He's not going to islands, doesn't have anybody in the closet. That goes a long way. I'm surprised the new Napoleon movie didn't. You see where they made a mistake there, Xbox, is you cannot tell Napoleon's story in 2-3 hours. That should have been an epic because this was actually a real person. It should have been a 3-part series type thing, whether it was a TV thing or what they should have done was they should have made a Lord of the Rings type movie about Napoleon. This is too much detail, way too much. You know, sports baby, I call me naive, okay? Call me naive, but how do we know that guy didn't sabotage some people? You never know. You know, if you want to get people to do what you want, all you got to do is say, hey, you were here. Yeah, you might have not done something. At least this guy or that guy or this lady. Now I got you. Now you're going to do what I tell you to do, which makes sense, doesn't it? With the whole Tom Hanks thing, because apparently there's word that he was there. How do we know that they didn't fly in Tom Hanks to talk about a film that they were going to produce? They do that for movie stars and directors. Sometimes movie stars and directors and producers get paid by people to just talk. Like I remember reading about George Clooney getting like 30 grand just to sit and talk about a movie. So these guys make a lot of money off the books. Ticker Carlson. What's the American dude that did the interview with Putin? Putin won the election, by the way, folks. I guess it was a landslide. Got 87% of the votes. I wonder who the other 13 were. We kind of veered off the Laker thing, didn't we? I think we got bored. I think the Atlanta game bored us, didn't we? We're talking about the island now. We're talking about woke actors. Why do we care so much about this thing? Do you ever wonder that? Do you ever wonder, is it just conversation that you get stuck with? That this is all we're talking about? I mean, really, do we care? I don't care. I really don't. I do care that people aren't hurt, but at what point is all this really going to matter? There's still other islands, folks, right now as we speak. So keep your head up, keep your head on a swivel. I didn't see the Giannis movie, Sports Baby. How was that? And what was it about? Is it on Netflix? I think it's on Netflix, right? Where was it? Netflix. Got to look that up. Where am I here? The truth is being exposed. Yeah, it's just a cleanup. The decade-long cleanup. What about Dwight Howard wanting to come back? I don't know where that information came from. I honestly don't. I came in late on that. I think Dwight Howard's been wanting to come back. He's probably tired of playing in Taiwan. But the Lakers have no use for him. His game is just not going to translate anymore. I haven't seen it yet, Curtis Fair. I don't know if I will see it. Is it a 10-part series? Do I really want to watch? I heard Robert Kraft was just dogging on Belichick. I think he really regrets listening to Belichick. Can't say I blame him that he rolled with the fact that Belichick thought that Tom Brady needed to go, but I never understood it, even in Belichick's situation. Like, why would you do that? Like, what were you going to replace him with? If you had a bona fide replacement, I'd say, yeah, sure. But the Patriots lost at least one Super Bowl by letting them go too early. Good old Patriots. Bill Belichick. I wonder if he's going to come back next year. There's a team that will take him next year. Who would it be? Who is likely going to stink next year? He'll want to stay in the West Coast. I mean, the East Coast, wouldn't he? But he'll want a quarterback. He'll want a franchise quarterback. What team is likely to need a new coach next year if things don't work out? Joe, you ever watched that other Nightcap? Which Nightcap? Xbox? There's no way. There's no way Belichick will go play for Jerry Jones. I wouldn't. Yeah, you're right, Darren. Coach can't play without good players, but he still need a quarterback with Shannon Sharp and Chad Johnson. Oh, I, I can't listen to Shannon Sharp and Chad Johnson talk for too long. They start to bother me. My Chicago Bears stink. We wouldn't mind him. how did you become a Chicago Bears fan all the way in Australia there, Chip Sports Baby? That's an odd one. Players can still play without a coach. Yeah, I can't do that. Pittsburgh, Bill, LOL. Who? Yeah, that would never happen. The problem with the Steelers right now is I think Tomlin's going to get an extension, which could be a bad thing. Keenan Allen was asked to take less money, and he said no after having the year he had. So that's why he got traded to Chicago. I think Keenan Allen might have another year or so left. Again, the NFL so it's the hard cap makes things much more difficult. You know, a lot of teams will have to get rid of or let go of good players that still have some time left yet because they can't sign everybody. That's how they created that system. But I think Caleb Williams is going to be a bust. He's got Ben Simmons all over him. I got a Jags ball when I was 5 in the Hubba Bubba show bag. Yeah, sometimes that happens. You get something when you're a kid from some team and you end up loving them. My cousins live in Chicago. I have been there a few times, just started following them. Yeah, the Bears, when I was growing up, were a staple. They were legendary. They have 9 NFL championships, one counting the Super Bowl, obviously. Honestly, I don't like either or, Jay. I don't like McCarthy or Caleb Williams. I don't like any quarterbacks in this draft. Not to say that one won't emerge. Bo Nix, Penix, McCarthy, and Caleb Williams couldn't have gone to a worse situation than the Bears. The Bears are notorious for having bad quarterbacks. I think the only 2 quarterbacks that I can remember that were good, you can say 3. Jim McMahon is in there. He obviously helped the Bears win a Super Bowl. But it's Bobby Douglas and I'm drawing a blank here. Gilman. Am I saying Gilman? Luckman. Sorry, Sid Luckman. Gilman. Sid Luckman is still the best Chicago Bears quarterback in their history. The Bears have been around since 1921. And they still have the guy from the 40s as their number 1 quarterback. That's great quarterbacking has eluded the Bears longer than some teams have won championships. Oh, man. SB, did you ever get the Hubba Bubba show? Let's see. You think the Vikings are going to trade up for? I wouldn't trade up for any of these quarterbacks, to be honest with you. JJ, I don't think he's a good quarterback, guys. I might be wrong, but I watched a lot of Michigan games. I just wasn't impressed. I can't say that Harbaugh would have held him back. I wouldn't see what the reason to hold him back, but he'd make that occasional slant pass, hand the ball off, and that's pretty much what his game was. I don't know where the talent's coming from. I'd say Jaden Daniels might be the best quarterback out of the group, out of all the guys. If he goes to the right situation, he might be the best quarterback coming out. I would go for the Dodgers. They're going to continue to win here. They're not going to stop winning for the next 10 years. They just got to win World Series now. They need to have a Yankee run now with what they have. They have to have a Yankee run of the late 90s. They got to win 2-3 in a row and make up for a lot of the lost games that they've had in the last 5 years. The playoff losses have been brutal, especially when they've won 111 games and 106 games, 100 games. Just brutal that they haven't been able to take advantage of that and win at least a couple more World Series. Caleb ain't what people think he is. He's not, King Hudson. He's not. and especially going to Chicago, where there isn't really a lot set up there. If he had gone to Kansas City, let's say, if there wasn't a Patrick Mahomes playing with Andy Reid, that would be a good thing. If he went to Detroit, being coached with Campbell and Ben Johnson, could have been something. But see, I think Caleb Williams' attitude is the issue. He doesn't really have leadership skills. He's got the physical talent, but I think his leadership skills are bad. So when the bad get going, will he be mature enough to fight through it and be a leader? In the NFL, you have to be a leader if you're going to be a great quarterback. Otherwise, you're toast. I don't know about that, King Hudson. I'm going to have to see what happens there. I just don't know. I don't know if Justin Fields is the guy. Tomlin's already said that Russell Wilson is going to be opening game starter, and Justin Fields is going to be used in situations. But of course, there's going to be some competition there still as well. Ohtani going to become one of the best, if not the best ever. Yes, he is. Ohtani is going to win a couple MVPs as a Dodger. With Mookie and Freddie Freeman there for at least 3-4 years, this is going to be murderous road. 1, 2, and 3 spots every game is going to be brutal for the competition. You have no way to pitch around these guys. That's why they put them 2. It's like, okay, how are you going to pitch to Mookie? How are you going to pitch to Freddie on the front and back end of that? RG3 says Caleb Williams should pull an Eli Manning and say he doesn't want to go. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I don't think he will. How Larry David saved an innocent man from death row. I remember watching the documentary on that Xbox. That was kind of a trip how it all came out. Like that guy a lot of the reasons why the LAPD and that whole area has become what it's become is because of stuff like that. Just because this guy looked like somebody, they had no true evidence that this guy had done anything. Yet that guy would have went to jail if it wasn't for that program. And I remember they were interviewing Larry David about it. He's such a pretentious butthead. I'm sure he's a nice guy, but Larry David that's why I can't watch Curb. That's why it's always difficult to watch Seinfeld. Their voices and their neurotic personalities make me just it hurts my ears. Shows are great, but just them bother me. They bother me when they talk. So we're coming up on the show's ending here. We're about 6.5 minutes away from calling it a night. We had started late tonight, folks. Usually I'd be done by midnight, but we did start late. That's not true. That's not true. But the voices, I would say I can't be anti-Jew because I love Mel Brooks too much. Mel Brooks never sounded like that. He's Jewish. So that wouldn't make any sense. I can watch any Mel Brooks movie, and I have watched all of them, and I can watch them over and over again. And Mel Brooks not existing is just not the world I want to live in. The Hurricane was a good movie too. Are you talking about the Denzel Washington movie? Probably not, Jay. I get enough football during the regular season for the NFL. I don't really watch. I didn't watch the XFL or the UFL. I might chime in every now and then, but it's not going to be something I'm going to be dedicated to. My favorite Mel Brooks movie it goes back and forth. It's usually between Spaceballs and Men in Tights. Those are the movies I watched when I was growing up. Blazing Saddles is a little before my time, but it's funny. Yeah, The Hurricane was the great thing about that film was it's very it's kind of like A Few Good Men. Anytime it's on the TV, I watch it. It's very reviewable. Joe, do you like the St. Louis Cardinals? You mean like this year to win? American Gangster with Russell Crowe was sweet. Yeah, American Gangster was a really good movie. Very good movie. Russell Crowe and Denzel Washington, you can't get better than that. Those guys sitting on that table and when they was questioning them, yeah, wow. I think I think there's a chance that the Cardinals will make the playoffs. Yes, I believe they have a team there. They definitely have a team there. I just don't know what kind of team for sure right now. I don't know for sure, but they were building. They've been building here the last couple of years. I think they have a shot at making some noise this year. You know how good Denzel is? So he's done 3 Equalizer movies. For you younglings, The Equalizer was a TV show in the 80s. And it was an older gentleman, older white gentleman. It might have been English too. I don't know for sure, but an older white gentleman. And when we found out that Denzel was going to play the Equalizer, no one said anything. Why? Because Denzel is he's the trump card. It doesn't matter if there was a previous actor that looked a certain way. It's Denzel. Denzel is exempt for any woke stuff because he's that good. I wonder when they're going to start. The John Wick thing is starting to turn into this Fast and Furious stuff. You could tell in the last John Wick movie, you could tell Keanu's starting to get slow. He's slower physically. All those moves, all that changing of the guns and clips and all that. I don't think. I think he should have stopped at 4, but people are going to keep watching it. Please watch. Oh, I've seen it already. Xbox. I've seen it. He even cracked up at Denzel. Robert Woodward was the OG Equalizer, old British dude. See, I knew he was a British dude. Yeah, Robert Woodward was the Equalizer. And then when Denzel got called in to be the Equalizer in the movie, no one said anything because he was one of the exceptions. No one called it woke. No one called it anything. And he killed him. He killed in the movie, by the way, no pun intended. Keanu's starting to look like his wife. That's funny. I can do you on a roll, Xbox. Yeah, man. I mean, Keanu's what? He's almost 60, isn't he? Keanu's up there, man. I think he's put in his work. I know it's an easy paycheck for him. I know that makes things a little easier. Even though he's not into the whole money thing too much, I think he's pretty good in that department. Doesn't boast it too much, but I think the 5th John Wick might have been a little too much. Yeah, he's when you're a movie star like that, like Keanu, you can sometimes say, "Well, I think Keanu could have gone a different way, a certain way," but maybe he doesn't care about that stuff. Maybe she's good to him. So now that is my favorite Keanu movie, Point Break. That ending, I'll at least once a week I'll pop that in and just listen to it go into the end. One of the best movies ever. Kathleen Bigelow, ex-wife of James Cameron, one of the best directors ever. She directed The Hurt Locker as well. One of my dreams is to have her direct one of my movies. If I'm fortunate enough to produce the movie that I want to produce. Have you seen Jason Statham in the Beat Club? That's the best action movie out there. Yeah, I've heard it's real good. I haven't had a chance to watch it, but I will. I'll let you know, King. King, you're bringing it tonight, baby. You're bringing it tonight. Thank you so much. And on that note, I'm gonna end it on that good note. I want you guys to come back on Friday. We're obviously gonna have shows here between now and then, and if you guys want to keep bringing up good stuff like this, we'll talk more about it. But I want to thank everyone for being here tonight. If you have any comments, any questions, please email us at LakersFastBreak@yahoo.com. If you guys want to hit me up directly, you can get me on X with Joe Soro LFB. If you want to get me on Instagram, it's SinBlades_turf. If you want to catch me on Facebook, it's Johnny Blade. You can direct message me anytime. Frankie, I know you've been hitting me up on X. That's fine too. Go ahead and hit me up. If you have any questions, again, any comments, anything you need, please hit me up, hit us up, email us. Gerald's real good at catching up really quick on those things. Again, the Lakers won tonight, 136 to 105 in a snoozer, but a good one. And until then, folks, Intel, you got me jacked up. I'm feeling a little bit better now, though. I was getting a little buzzed there. But thank you for all the sports chats. Thank you all for being here tonight. Have a great night. Until next time, I'll see you next time.